guys, I am just gonna make a quick video about how it feels to be trans, specifically trans man or trans masculine, however they call it. Basically, we are born as females, like with a XX chromosomes, and we decided, it's up to debate that it is a decision. I'm not sure. It's not a decision. I don't know. I'm gonna talk about it. But so you found out that, oh, you like a man more than woman, and that feeling itself is already too much. Like, suddenly you're like weird because you're not normal or something. Like, you feel like you aren't one of them, you know? Like, if you have a friend group and they're like totally vibing with their gender at birth, and they have like common interests and they relate to each other a lot. For me, it's like ever since I was a child, I've always felt like, oh, I'm kind of different. Like, pretty sure I knew that I was different. I wasn't sure, like, what kind of different. Like, there are many kinds of different, but, like, sure, like, I could be something else, not just a weirdo. And luckily, they have a name for it. And yeah, I think the thing is, ever since I was little, I knew it. Like, I always didn't have a strong sense of like gender anyway. Like, what am I, like a girl? Or am I like a boy? Or like, what am I? Like, pretty sure other kids or other people would answer that like with no hesitation. Like, are you a boy or girl? They're like, I'm a girl. Or like, oh, I'm a boy. You know, it's not like a question that they hesitate. But in my case, I do hesitate and I would rather not answer. And that's the weird part. I mean, it's okay not to answer, but like, it's weird. Normally, yeah, people would know, you know, their gender is very clear to them. But for me, it wasn't until now, but still I'm like figuring out, you know. It's not like I can be 100% sure that this is the case. I mean, subconsciously I kind of think it is. This is just the case, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint, and it's hard to admit for myself as well. There are many doubts. Even though I know it, it's kind of like hard to accept even for myself, because I'm constantly feeling dysphoric, like uncomfortable about how I sound, how I look, how I act, and how I am perceived as a woman in society, right? And if that doesn't match who I am inside, it kind of messes me up. It's kind of weird. Like, who am I? Am I ever gonna be the real me in front of anybody at all? Like, I know I can be, you know, a little bit more open to my close friends. They might think I'm confused about my gender, at least. Or they might think, like, this person doesn't look, you know, doesn't look like it's got, how can I say? It's not, they're not cis. Like, they're definitely gay or something, right? But I guess people doesn't think about others that much, because it's not like I like look super masculine or anything. I just kind of look neutral. As soon as I speak, they will know, you know, girl, woman, lady, all of those things that I actually don't like to be called, but I never tell any of them, any of my friends, any of the people I talk to, I never correct any of them, because I fear that deep inside, maybe they will judge. They might not pull violence on me, but they might judge, and they might like change the way they think about me, like completely. even worse. Like, I can't tell my parents or my family members because I feel like they would abandon me. Like, although this could all be in my head, but this is definitely scary and concerning. It's full of fear. I live with it every day, wishing maybe something or somebody would just call me out or something. It's as if I'm waiting for somebody to notice, which is weird because nobody assumes somebody that, oh, this person's might be trans. Like, how would you know? Sure, you could assume, but they might not be, and they most likely wouldn't say that. It's kind of rude. So, yeah, if I could, I want to come out to everybody. Just say, even if I was wrong, it's still better to be honest about my feelings. And dysphoria, yes. Dysphoria is like, I'm not like super, super dysphoric because I have a smaller chest and I have like androgynous looks. But still, I'm very dysphoric about my voice. Still, my chest, yeah. Basically, everything that trans men can relate to, but not like severely. Although I do want to get a top surgery, like it is absolute dream for me to swim topless. It's kind of impossible if you got chest, I mean breast tissue. And am I going to take testosterone if I did come out? This is a very interesting question because yes, I do want to take. I do want to go on T because like lowering my voice is like the most thing that I feel like it would relieve dysphoria and like fat distribution. Just if you sound masculine, people would just assume that you're a man, so it's easier. You don't have to explain. Like, oh, you sound like a man, so you're a man. People are quite simple. They just see what they see, they just hear what they hear. They perceive men as deeper voice users and women as high squeaked voice. I'm sure like going on T won't like erase all my problems, but at least it will probably relieve the dysphoria, unlike this weird tension between, oh, this person looks like a man but sounds like a girl, kind of weird tension, which end up having to explain myself, which is not very ideal. Just want to be seen as a man, that's it. Doesn't have to be that complicated. And I don't have to like be like super stealth. Like I can be open that I'm trans, and I don't mind having my gender assigned at birth as female because people don't really look at your ID unless you're doing something that involves like legal things. Otherwise, I feel like you should be honest about the gender that you are assigned at birth because just to avoid further troubles. Like, okay, this is important. Like, if you're going to see a doctor and you have to tell them your body essentially. Like, you gotta tell them that, oh yes, I am trans and I am on hormone. I think it's important. So this is something that I don't mind doing personally. It's kind of doesn't matter for me much as long as I pass, kinda. And concerns about relationship. Well, to be honest, not sure I'm concerned. Maybe I am. Because before I came out, I didn't come out yet, but before I came out to myself that I was trans, I identified as a lesbian. So I liked women, right? But now I'm not a lesbian and I am bi. It's alright because there are plenty of people who are bi, and maybe some of them wouldn't mind the fact that I am a transformer. But of course, just open communication. I would be like straight up honest that, oh yes, I am transgender. Like, I'm not a cis man, okay? I am not a woman, I am not a cis man. I am like in between that. I don't know. I know that people say trans men are men. They are men, but I just want to be clear that we are not biologically men. We were not born as a man, but we became a man afterwards, if that makes sense. So I want to make that clear to make both my partner and myself comfortable, like personally. It's not for everybody, just me personally. And what can I do to overcome this feeling, like this despair, this feeling of wanting to change, but being stopped because of fear? I know fear will only stop me from doing things that can benefit me in the long term. I don't know why our brain works that way, just fear. But I think it's not forever. Like some days, maybe it will click. I might have enough confidence to come out. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm this and I want to go on tea. And that will make me very happy and stuff. It just makes me feel like I belong and I am back. And the side effects of tea is exactly what we're looking for though. Like deeper voices, fat distribution, more hair, and oily skin, whatever. Yeah, other like medical concerns are, I think it varies to people, but yeah, like hair loss and stuff. Like I understand that. Like this man gets hair loss too. It's also genetics, and I think that's okay. I honestly don't mind if I can be myself, and that's the point for me. I don't want something like that stopping me from becoming the best version of myself.